One of my biggest hopes for this year's midterms was that after Tuesday, I would never again, ever have to talk about Herschel Walker. Unfortunately, that didn't come true, as that race is, of course, headed to a runoff, as Georgia's Secretary of State says. So maybe I'll get that wish down the line. But for now, I will take the consolation prize of knowing that I will likely never have to mention the name Dr. Mehmet Oz ever again after this video. Because not only did Dr. Oz lose his bid against Senator-elect John Fetterman, but by running for Senate, Dr. Oz ruined his entire career. Now, everybody right now is probably like, but Farady's always been a quack. I understand that, okay? You don't need to explain it to me. I get it. But here's the thing. Millions of people in this country didn't think he was a quack. Millions of people in this country didn't think he was a loon. Prior to running for Senate, Dr. Oz was a guy that most of us recognized as a snake oil salesman, but millions of people saw him as a legitimate influencer here in the United States. The guy's got a friggin' star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, okay? He was a household name. People knew who he was and they liked him because they didn't know anything about his politics, his policies, and most importantly, anything about his history or how vicious he can be. So not only is Dr. Oz's political career dead, but his career is dead. Now, he may not be too worried about that, right? He's made his money. He doesn't ever have to work again, ever. He can quietly retire from public life. We never see or hear from him again, and he's going to be just fine. And that's probably his only option. Because now, thanks to his decision to run for Senate, we know about his botched medical experiments that got him banned from even doing medical research for a couple years. We know about the dead puppies. We know that he mocks stroke victims. More people recognize him as the snake oil salesman that he is. He can't return to TV unless it's as a Fox News pundit at this point, maybe a host on Newsmax, but he will never again hit that level of national admiration that he had prior before entering this Senate race. He destroyed his career. Because when you run for office, people dig up everything about your past. And typically, especially for Republicans, that's not pretty. Now, does that remind you of anyone? Does another name pop into your head like, wow, that sounds exactly like the story of Donald Trump? Trump would have been just fine not entering politics. He would give his opinions on Fox News just like he always had been. He'd have his billions of dollars. He'd have his businesses. And for the most part, we'd only see him every, couple of months. Nobody really cared about him anyway. He was a has-been. And that would have been it. But his ego took over, forced him to run for office, which of course allowed the public to look inside that closet and see all those skeletons. The exact same thing that happened to Dr. Oz. Oz is toast now. Donald Trump likely is as well. They're two peas in a narcissistic pod that went bad years ago, and now the public finally recognizes that. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.